Hello everyone, my name is Alessandro and this is the Temple of Surf, the podcast. We'll give you full access to the best surfers, skaters, shapers, surfboard collectors, shop owners in the world. Discover with me their stories, the greater successes, amazing behind the scenes and much more. This episode is brought to you by Yogi Pipe, a line of apparel created with eco-friendly materials by artisans from all over the world. Let's discover more about them and their collection on www.yogipipe.surf. Hello everyone, welcome to the 12th episode of the Temple of Surf, the podcast. Thank you once again to the thousands of you that are following us every month. Today with us from Byron Bay, Australia, Cait Miers, one of the leading women surf photographers, and discover more about Cait photography, future projects, and much more. Hi Cait, and welcome to the show. Where are you today?
I'm really well, thank you. I'm in Byron Bay. I live here in Australia on the East Coast, and yeah, sun's shining, winter. But
how is it going over there right now? I heard that the country locked down again for the coronavirus. Is that true? People can still surf? What's going on?
Yeah, we're okay up in Byron. We can still surf. We can still go outside and go to restaurants and things. But I'm actually originally from Victoria, down on the Mornington Peninsula, and they are all back in stage 3 lockdown, which is you can't leave your house for any other reason but work or exercise or anything like that. So, yeah, kind of sucks for my family and friends down there, but I'm kind of glad I'm up here.
Definitely. So today we're gonna talk about your projects, your career. But the first thing that I have to ask you is, in your opinion, what is the most important thing in surfing?
Oh, wow. I think it's definitely having fun. I find the ocean and surfing to be my little savior. I absolutely love it, and I think that it should be a place where anyone can go to, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, definitely. And if I have to ask you the same question for surf photography, what would you answer?
I think surf photography is really, it's up to the individual. Everyone has a really different eye, and that's what makes it really special. Is there's so many different elements when you're shooting in the water. The surf is moving, you're moving, the sun's moving, everything's spinning. So I think to get that special moment, it's actually, quite difficult. So I love really appreciating amazing surf photos because I know the hard work that goes into it.
Definitely. And obviously you surf, right, as well, yourself?
Yeah.
Cool. Because not all the surf photographers, they surf, right? And
I know.
So
I have a hard time balancing between the two. Good. Usually I'm surfing more than I'm taking photos.
What is the board, the surfboard that you're currently using for surf yourself?
I am pretty much a longboarder now. I grew up shortboarding, but I'm on a little 9.6, not a little, sorry, it's a big one, 9.6 McTavish. I love it.
It's a very nice board.
And
legendary
I pretty much,
as well.
I love just surfing smaller fun waves rather than crazy stuff. But then I love shooting a bit more bigger waves.
Actually, it's you are safer when you surf, but when you take pictures, you want to get into the action, right?
Yeah. I feel really comfortable, taking photos in bigger stuff. I grew up swimming, and that was kind of my sport when I was younger. So I feel really, really comfortable swimming in the ocean, which is probably the number one thing when you're a surf photographer. But yeah.
Because the best shot, I guess, are the one that you take in the water, right? And not from shore, from a boat.
Yeah, definitely being in the water. And it's a hard decision to make sometimes, if I'm on a shoot and, I'm tossing up between whether I'm shooting from land or in the water, and the photo's always going to look better in water. So that's why I tend to get in the water more. But it is a hard decision to make sometimes because you're kind of guaranteed the shot when you're shooting from land, whereas in the water, anything can happen, which does make it more exciting. But if you have to get a photo,
yes, exactly,
then that also becomes harder.
If a client is paying for that photo, you may need to make sure that you nail it, right? Otherwise,
yeah, exactly.
you will have upset people on the
I
show.
probably do a bit of both. I'll shoot a bit of water to get that angle, and then shoot land as well, just to make sure you nail it.
Yeah, exactly. How do you deal with adrenaline and fear while shooting in the water?
Yeah, I definitely feel adrenaline when I'm shooting in the water. It definitely kicks in. I have a few fears, but I generally don't really think about that when I'm in the water.
Okay.
Because I'm just focused on what the task at hand. But no, I mean, I don't go out and shoot crazy big waves at all. So that would be scary for me. But generally the stuff that I'm shooting is, nice and comfortable for me, and fun. Sun's out. Okay. Waves are good. Not too much crazy stuff going on.
Have you ever found yourself in a moment where you were saying like, "Oh my God, I don't want to be here. I made a mistake. I took too much risk."
Yeah, not. I've had a few early on when I was kind of learning. I definitely get myself in some hairy situations because I don't know, I wasn't reading the water properly. And I think that's a huge thing with surf photography. You always have to be aware of your surroundings, because, you really have to be self-aware of your position in the lineup, because it can change so much. And if you get stuck, then see you later. But yeah, there's not really, I haven't had any too crazy situations. I shot Jaws in December, last December, and that was insane. But I was on the back of the ski, but that was there was a lot of adrenaline and fear going through me then, but I just went for it and got it done. So yeah, good. That was a pretty crazy experience.
Do you think that being a surfer helps you in the quality of picture that you're taking?
Totally. Yeah, 100%. I think that relationship between a surfer and a photographer is really, really crucial. And I love shooting, when I'm shooting girls over and over again, you kind of get really familiar with the way that they surf, and then you can link up a lot easier, and you can create a lot of cool photos. But yeah, I think that it is important to have that kind of relationship and relaxed feeling around someone if you're going out and specifically shooting one surfer.
Yeah.
And it's good for them to feel confident in you as well to get that shot as well.
Definitely. I have a very, very difficult question. If you had to pick one picture, one photo to be used to represent you, to represent your work.
Oh.
Yes. A very difficult one. Which one would it be?
Oh gosh, that is so hard. I feel it's hard not having it in front of me, but I feel a photo of me or a photo that I've taken that's probably someone laughing and someone smiling and being happy in the surf. I think that's a good depiction of what I love to capture and who I am as a person as well. I feel a lot of what I capture is a lot of who I am as well, reflected in that.
Okay, that's
so yeah, probably a photo along those lines. I'll find a specific one for you.
Yes, we have time until the episode will be released, but nevertheless, you answer pretty well. The photos, the picture that you are taking are reflecting the person that you are. So if you say smiling people and happy people, that's actually, we go back to what we said at the beginning. What is the most important thing in surfing? Having fun, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I just because I pretty much always shoot. Like women surfing is my big passion, and just shooting women in their natural state. Like, you know, no makeup, no fancy clothes, just like in the water, surfing, having fun. That's exactly what I love to do.
Yeah, definitely. And then we're gonna go back again to your project, right? The click. Did I say right?
Yep. Yep, you did.
Yeah, where you want to inspire women, and I will ask you about that. But before that, which kind of equipment are you using? Which kind of camera? What is your favorite lens?
So I use a Canon 5D Mark IV. I've had that for a few years now, and I haven't ever parted with it, just because I love it. I have got a few different lenses. I've got like a 50mm 1.2. I have 70-200. I've got a 24-70. Probably my favorite lens in the water is actually probably the 70-200, because it gives you like such a good zoom. And I use Aquatech imaging solutions for my underwater housing, and yeah, I've used them since day dot as well, and they're amazing. But yeah, having the 70-200 in the water really gives you like such depth, and you can actually sit not as close. Like, you don't have to be like super in the action to capture what you want to capture. You can kind of hang back because it zooms so much. So yeah, that's probably my favorite lens in the water at the moment.
Yeah, you are the only one so far that answer Canon. You know, everybody else, every other surf photographer I interview, they answer Nikon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm so happy. I have Canon as well, the 5D Mark IV. I think is amazing camera.
Yeah.
And I was waiting for this moment, because, you know, I said like, impossible. Everybody says Nikon. Should be somebody out there.
You make a choice at the start of your like career. Like I studied photography at uni, actually, in Melbourne. And it was kind of this, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to choose. Like, I have to get a camera. I have to choose. And it was Canon or Nikon. And I remember like this time of a couple of months, and I was like researching. And I actually found that at the time there was a lot more Australian surf photographers that were using Canon. So I was like, all right, I think I'm going to go Canon. So that's the way I went, and that's the way that I don't know, there's so many different more cameras coming out now that I love trying new things, but I also am a creature of habit.
Yes.
And definitely. I feel like as a photographer, you're only as good as you know your camera. You know, like, hand me a Nikon and I'll probably take the worst photo ever.
Maybe. Yeah, because you're not used to the camera setting and the lens, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And once you go for like a camera and you start to buy lenses, you will never go back, right? Because
I know it would be hard for me to transition to another brand.
Yeah, unless Nikon decide to give you for free a full set of lenses and cameras, and then maybe you think about it.
Oh yeah, then I'd probably force myself to do that. But yeah, I mean, I'm an open book. I'm no like, I'm not like, you have to use Canon for life. Yeah. It's just kind of what I started with, and it's worked for me now. So yeah, anyway.
Okay. Who are your references in surf photography? People that you really look to and you really like?
I have a few. I guess like it changes depending on what inspiration that I'm looking for as well. But when I was a bit younger, I used to really look up to this lady, Claire Flucan, she was like a mentor for me in uni, and she used to shoot a few of the Rip Curl campaigns and stuff like back in the day, and I was just like this teenager in awe of what she was doing, and I was like, I have to do exactly what she's doing. And she's still like, you know, we still chat today. And she's like, I can't believe what you're doing now, like, you know. And I'd reach out to her when I was a bit younger and just like, I was like, how do I do what you're doing? And she helped me along the way. But yeah, I definitely drew a lot of inspiration from her early on. But yeah, I don't know. I just get inspired by people, like photographers just creating their own stuff and not really, you know, not copying anyone else or that kind of thing, just staying in their own lane. And
Definitely. So let's talk about your project, the Click. Can you tell me more about that?
Yeah, so I started the Click last year in January, and it started off as a few like surf photography workshops in person, because I was kind of looking. I was coming out of a bit of a, I wasn't really motivated, and I was trying to find what was kind of next for me in terms of like satisfaction. And I just thought I had everything at my fingertips. Like, I live in Byron. I've got great connections at Aquatech. I've got a lot of young girls asking me like, how do I shoot in the water? And I was like, this is it. I want to help these girls live out their dreams and help them shoot in the water. I think every person that wants to have that opportunity should be able to do it. So, I started with some workshops, and then it's transitioning more online now as well, because what's happening in the world. But I started a online course called The Fearless Photographer, and it's a 5-week online course that you can buy and just log into anywhere in the world. And basically, it's just like everything that I've learned along the way packaged into like 5 weeks of crazy trainings and videos and everything. So that's going really well. And then I'm building out a bit of a new platform, I'll call it, because I haven't really released of what it is yet. But that should be launching in the next few months. So yeah, it's so exciting. And the whole aim of the Click is to just inspire women to go after their dreams, whether that's photography or whether that's something else. It does focus on photography, but I feel like there's that broader message there of just, living out your true potential.
Yeah, it starts with that, and then, while maybe somebody's taking the course, can think about something else. And I know what
exactly. I felt like my career, I had a goal. Like, I had a lot of big dreams, huge dreams, and I went out and kind of achieved them in a very young age. And so I've kind of thought to myself, all right, well, if I can do it, anyone else can do it. You just have to like have self-belief and confidence, and that's that message that I want to kind of pass on to other women.
Yeah, and I think in this world, especially nowadays, of protest and unhappiness, and also of coronavirus, the situation very sad of about 1 million of people getting the disease and stuff. I think people, they need to see positive leadership, and and say like, okay, I made it. I'm 27 years old. You can make it as well. And I think if we would add more and people that would inspire other, the whole world would be much, much better and different, right?
I agree with you. I just think like I don't want to look back and go, damn, I had all this time. What, I didn't do anything with it. And I know that everyone's happiness is different, but you've got one shot to go after your dreams, however big it is, go for it. Like, that's my kind of messaging that I really want to put out to people.
Amazing. If you had to give a suggestion, an advice to a new surf photographer, which one would you give?
Well, I would say dream big. I would say that nothing is impossible, and I would say if you're really passionate about it, go for it. I think you have, whatever it is in photography, you just have to be passionate about it. I'm not passionate about food photography, so I couldn't go and do a career in that. It's like that surf is my passion, so that's like where my photography went. So, but yeah, in terms of like young and up and coming surf photographers, 100%. Like, a lot of self-belief and confidence is something that you'll need and learn along the way. But yeah, go for it.
Yeah, definitely. And if also the new photographer can have also innovative style and getting inspiration from previous photographer, but try to innovate, and that will be also nice and interesting to see. like we were saying before, do not copy. Try to make something new.
Yeah, exactly. Staying in your lane is, it's hard. Like I look around me sometimes and I go, damn, like I wish I could create that, or, maybe I should do more of this. But if you start looking around you and not concentrating on you, you're not really going to get far. So it's, I know I probably need to take more of my own medicine, but or more of my own advice.
Okay. We're going to finish our interview with a short Q&A session. So please answer the first thing that comes up to your mind, okay?
Okay.
The best surfboard that you ever ridden?
Probably my 9.6 McTavish that I have now.
Okay. Your favorite shaper?
Oh God, I don't know. Probably McTavish.
But actually, he's a legend, so it's definitely it's a good answer. Personal question: your favorite song?
I do love "Yellow" by Coldplay.
Okay, that's a very nice song. Definitely. Your favorite surf spot?
I'm not going to say the past because that's a bit ridiculous, but somewhere at home. Probably Gunnamatta at home.
Okay. There is no other place better than home, right? So definitely. Your favorite surfer?
Probably Stephanie Gilmore.
Yeah, definitely.
Style Queen.
Definitely, I agree with you. And the last question is a little bit unusual, but we ask for everybody on the show. We want to know your best relationship advice.
Oh, my best relationship advice. Well, you probably shouldn't take any from me because I've been single for a while. But probably I would say, I don't know. I think it's really important to have like your own thing going on, and then your own lives, your own dreams, and then you can come together and create a nice relationship.
Cool. Good. Thanks a lot, Cait, for being on the show with us today, and I look forward to talk to you very soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me. It was great.
Ciao. Bye. Hi, it's me again. I hope you enjoyed our today's episode. If you want to know more about us, please follow www.thetempleofsurf.com and all our social media. Mahalo!